Hey, Bev again, and in today's video I want to talk about starvation and fat gain. Did I say fat loss? No, I said fat gain, because starvation is going to make you fatter. You may think starvation gives you this beautiful body, it's smaller, it's less fat. Let's find out why that is not true. And the other thing I want to say, some people believe that calories in, calories out, right? But the type of calories you eat do make a difference. If you think calories in, calories out, boy, I got some great land for you in Florida. And because you believe that 400 calories of salmon is the same to your biochemical body as 400 calories of M&Ms. I'm sorry, it just ain't true. Okay, so what is starvation? It's actually an adaptive biochemical change by your body, and it reduces your metabolism as a response to having insufficient caloric energy, okay? You can't change that fact. That's your body. That's how it saves you from stupid decisions. So really, your metabolism is affected by starvation, and your metabolism is your efficiency in your ability to burn calories. So you're screwing up your ability to burn calories, okay? And we'll talk about that as well. Now, I want to talk about moderate caloric restriction against severe caloric restriction. So moderate caloric restriction is going to help you lose fat and help you lose muscle. And how much? Well, it can be 90% fat and 10% muscle, right? A moderate calorie restriction. So that's not bad. But let's look at the severe one that I'm going to talk about today. And I'm talking about people that eat, 500, 600, 700 calories a day. Many of them don't even care what the calories are. They believe calories in, calories out. But it's a severe deprivation diet to your body, those few calories. And what does that do in terms of percentage loss in fat and muscle? Ooh, it does change it. Will you lose fat? Yeah, probably maybe 60%, but 40% of what you lose is going to be muscle, okay? And muscle, you really don't want to lose muscle, because muscle is your main calorie eating tissue, right? It's movement, right? You need caloric energy to move. So when you lose muscle, you lose the ability to burn calories as efficiently. And muscle is hard to gain. Easy to lose, but hard to gain. Fat, on the other hand, is easy to gain and hard to lose. So you've got to really watch your body composition if you want to have good physical fitness. You want to increase your muscle percentage and decrease your body fat percentage, okay? So that's good physical fitness goal. Now, I want to talk here about this severe dieting business. And I'm going to take myself as an example, because I did this before I got into weightlifting. I pulled off some pretty crazy stunts. Okay, so I was 165 pounds, and I would starve myself down. And when I got down to 140, having lost 25 pounds, I was pretty proud of myself, right? I was just looking at the scale. I didn't have any notion about my metabolism, what I was doing to my muscle mass or anything like that. I had no clue. I was only looking at the scale, okay? So I lost 25 pounds. Now, when you eat very few calories, 500, 600, 700 calories a day, which some diets tell you to do, yes, you're going to lose fat. Remember, I talked about that. So you will lose fat. But when you're losing potentially 40% of your muscle mass, you're losing a lot of muscle in terms of your biochemical body, okay? Now, it's a deprivation diet. You cannot stay on 500 or 600 calories a day. I don't even care what you're eating. You can't eat that few calories, because your calories, it's your basal metabolic rate. What number of calories do you need to just exist? I don't even care if you're not moving. Your heart has to beat. You have to digest the food you eat, even if it's a little bit of food. You've got to replace cells. you know, everything going on. And usually a person will need about 1,200 for that, okay? And you also need, you need to digest your food, so depending on how you're eating, you're going to use calories there. Respiration, you're going to need physical activity. Every time you walk around, anything you do, weightlifting, you're going to use calories, okay? So, if you are in a severe calorie deprivation, you can't stay there for very long. That's my main point. And of course you're happy at 140 like I was, so you begin to eat again, and lo and behold, you are back up to 165 pounds. And you're thinking, oh shit, I'm back to where I was. But the reality of it is you're not back to where you were. You are certainly back to where you were on the scales. And let's say here you were eating 1,600 calories a day, and then you come back here and you're back to eating 1,600 calories a day. But your body is not treating those the same as it did over here. And what has happened? Do you gain fat on the way up here? Yes. Do you gain some of your muscle back? Yes. But your body is not stupid, okay? In its adaptive change, it lowered its metabolism. And the metabolism, as I said, is your ability to burn calories. And what it does is, it isn't, because it can't burn as many calories, it's not going to build up its muscle much, right? It'll give you a bit of muscle back, but it doesn't want a lot of muscle because it's afraid. It's afraid of Starvation Island. So it's going to give you more fat. So you come back here, and although you weigh the very same, you do look quite different. Because 1 pound of fat equals 1 pound of muscle. But fat is a lot more bulky than lean muscle. So even though I weighed 165 over here, I looked a lot bigger. And I'm sure you've seen other people that have done that. My metabolism simply was screwed, right? But another thing that happens is, we talked about these calories. Well, when you have more fat and less muscle, you really don't need 1,600 calories. Maybe you only need 1,300 calories. I'm just picking out some numbers. So the question is, what happens to these excess calories? Well, you better believe it. It just gets stored in your fat cells. The body has to put it somewhere, right? And you've made yourself less efficient in dealing with calories. The other thing I wanted to say about this is the time involved. This video may end up being too long, but let's say you take let's say you take 8 months to get down here, and you take 4 months to come up. So that's a year. You've done this in a year. But if you're stupid like me and you're up here, you're like, shit, I'm going on that diet again because I want to get back down here. So you do it again. But the next time you do it, maybe it takes you 10 months to get down here, and it only takes you 2 months to get back up here. That's because your body is becoming less and less and less efficient. And it's called yo-yo dieting, okay? You come down, you go up. You come down, you come up. You get fatter and fatter. You get less physically fit, okay? Your body composition is really getting bad. In fact, one day I was at the gym. I hope this woman isn't listening. But anyway, one day I was at the gym, and she was lamenting the fact that she had gained a pound. And she said, oh, and I weigh 135 pounds. And then she looked me up, down, and we were about the same age and height. And she said, I bet you only weigh 99 pounds. I said, what? No, I weigh the same as you. She said, no way. And I looked very lean, and she looked quite big. So I hopped onto the scale, and I was actually a half a pound more than her. And why did that happen? I knew. I had been to get-togethers with her. She never ate, okay? She hardly ate anything. And so she weighed the same as me, but she was a lot more bulky because she was carrying around a lot of fat and not a lot of muscle. And I had a lot of muscle and not a lot of fat. So we weighed the same, but we looked completely different. Okay, so starvation dieting and fat gain. Sure, go for it if you want it. See you in the next video.